There's so many young guys out there that will not be caught dead paying bills for anybody.
To be with someone that teaches you how to love yourself.
Any change that anybody did not do before marrying you, don't expect that.
When I stopped going to school, I cried. Just call me blind boy.
It's Deep Waters, baby. Hello and welcome to Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I am your host, and yes, you're tuned in to 93.7 FM, Reading FM. And of course, you're also tuned in to Star Times Channel 109, that's Silverbed News 24. Yes, this is your number one talk show, your number one deep, meaningful talk show on radio and TV. And of course, we also do repeats of the show on DSTV Channel 252 every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at exactly 11:30 p.m. You can also stream the show live on YouTube right now at Silverbed N24. Search for Silverbed N24, click on the live button to watch the show live. Yes, indeed, we love to have deep, meaningful conversation on the show. We love to talk about real life. We love to talk about you. We love to talk about deep issues, deep things that just make you, go inside and actually think about your life and just make your life better. Basically, we're concerned about your emotional health, your physical health, your psychological health, your mental health, and more. Today, we're shaking the waters on the topic intuition. What is intuition? When do you have to follow intuition? When to follow it? Intuition. What is it and when to follow it? Some people call this thing intuition. They call it gut feeling. They call it instinct. Some people will say it's your first mind. I like that thing that comes to your mind first before your head starts to think or before logic starts to set in. Intuition, according to, I don't want to say Oxford Dictionary because nobody Oxford with this one, is that feeling in your gut when you instinctively, you just know that something you are doing is right or wrong. So let's say you are trying to go to Apapa, for example. The map has showed you that this way will lead to Apapa, but something in your mind just says, no, just turn the other way, turn left, and you just know that that's the right thing to do. Or sometimes you're afraid, like, would it be the right thing to do? Sometimes instincts are always like opposite of your logic because it's not very logical. Your brain is telling you one thing, your mind is telling you another thing. Today we're going to be exploring what is intuition, what is the meaning of intuition, when are we supposed to follow our intuition, and when are we supposed to ignore our intuition? Should we even ignore our intuition at any point in time? You as a person, you want to tell us the times when your intuition stories where you believed in your intuition and you followed it and it worked for you, or times where you followed it and it did not work. Me, I will not even lie to you. Sometimes one of my mind will be telling me something that I should do this. Sometimes I'll just disobey it and not do it, and everything will still work fine. And I'll be like, so what's the point of not following this intuition? And sometimes I follow it and I'm like, and the thing doesn't work fine. And I'm like, oh, so what's the point of following this intuition when it didn't work fine? And sometimes I do not follow it and then I regret it and say, I should have followed it. So how do we even know when our intuition is right or wrong? Should we always trust our intuitions? Which gender is more intuitive? People say women are more intuitive. Do you agree with that? This is a conversation we're having today on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Join the conversation calling on 0705 993 6937 or 0705-993-7937. Again, the numbers to call to be a part of this conversation is 070, oh God, I'm having a lip bash, 0705-993-6937. or 0705-993-7937. You can also join our Radium FM WhatsApp line by sending a message if you want to remain anonymous. I know not everybody can call, so if you have, messages to type and you're just someone who loves to type, feel free to type on WhatsApp at 0812-806-2337. 0812-806-2337. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and we're talking about intuition. What is intuition? When should we follow intuition? Is intuition or your gut feeling or your instinct, is it always right? Or sometimes, when should you follow it, especially in your business, in terms of when money is involved? Should you be following your instinct? That I feel like sometimes a very dangerous thing to do, to follow your instinct, especially when a lot of things are at stake. I want to hear your deep conversations. I want to hear your thoughts on this. What's the craziest gut feeling you've ever had? And was it right or wrong? What's the craziest gut feeling you've ever had? Was it right or wrong? You know, is intuition a gift from God or something you have to just train? And people say, it's a gift from God. Your instinct is God telling you this. What's the relationship between the source, your source, God, and that feeling of something, whether something is right or wrong? Are you even intuitive? Are you intuitive? Do you feel so? Are there people who just go around, you know, working with logic and working with their brains? Are there people who just know things? You know, I would love to know if you're intuitive. If you're not, I would love to know. Just call in on 0705 993 6937. Feel free to call in on 0705 993 7937. Like I said earlier, which gender is more intuitive? Have you ever been in a situation where your intuition failed you? How did that make you feel? You know, especially in a situation where some of your friends have already bet with you and said, Kini, now this you go. Like this you go, and you're like, no, my gut feeling says no, and then it comes and fails you. Does that mean that you're not intuitive, or does it mean that intuition does not even really exist? I would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions on the topic of the day, intuition. What is it, and when to follow it? Call in on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. Love to hear your thoughts, love to hear your opinions, love to hear your own definition of intuition. Some people, even Christians, some Christians will even combine intuition and Holy Spirit. Is there a link, or you know, how do we differentiate intuition talking and our mind, or it's just something in your subconscious? You know, something you already have in your subconscious just coming out to the surface, or intuition. I feel like that sometimes it's really a big circle there, and it's hard to actually divide it and say, okay, this is a thin line, or this is what it is and this is not what it is. Do you always trust your gut feeling? Should one always trust their gut feeling? You know, should one always trust their first mind? You know, when you have a gut feeling about something, do you go the extra mile to do research and say, is this really a gut feeling, or is this something, you know, that is in my subconscious, or something I just feel my mind is telling me? Yeah, feel free, call in on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. What are the benefits of being intuitive? What are the benefits of intuition? What's the benefit of following your gut feeling or your instinct? What's the benefit of following your first mind? Does anybody have anything to lose if they don't follow their first mind? You know, would our life be better if we are more intuitive? Will our life be better if we're, you know, if we listened to our minds, our first minds more? You know, those of you who are intuitive, is your life, you know, better by following your intuition day by day? I'd really love to hear your thoughts and your opinions on the show. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Call in on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. And of course, you want to send a WhatsApp message to our WhatsApp line at 0812 806 2337. 0812 806 2337. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and today we're talking about intuition. What is it? When to follow it? I know some of you are already in the TGIF mood. Oh, thank God it's Friday. But as you go into the weekend and prepare for the next week, this is a time for you to actually go within and, you know whether you should follow your intuition or not. And sometimes intuitions can always be like a nagging feeling inside. Like sometimes it nags you. I don't know about other people, but for me, sometimes it's like a nagging feeling. Like if you don't do it, like you don't feel all right. If you don't do that particular thing or go that particular way, it doesn't just feel right, you know. And sometimes you do it and you just feel like, what did I just do? So ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to hear your first-hand experience and thoughts on intuition. Call in on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. On that note, I'd love to go on a short break right now. Thankfully, I have an expert with me in the house. She's a life coach, a therapist, an intuition coach, and should be helping us understand what it truly means to be intuitive and if our lives will be better with or without it. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're going to break, and when we're back, I want to take more calls. I know this is me giving you time to actually think about what you want to say when you want to call me. Okay, I have a call coming in, so let's take that call before we go on that break. Hello.
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 Good evening.
Hola. Okay, I for some reason I can't seem to hear you. I hope it is not from us, but please do well to call back. I'd love to hear your thoughts on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937, or you can send WhatsApp messages on our WhatsApp line to 0812 806 2337 0812 806 2337. All right, we'll go on that break now. I love to take calls. I always love to take calls. But we'll go on that break. When we get back, I'll give you some time to think about what you want to tell me and your answers and questions and comments, and then my special guest will be in the studio with me for us to dive deeper, even deeper into this deep waters. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. And yes, we're tuned in right in time to have deep, meaningful conversations with me, your host, Deborah Waters. Today, we're shaking the waters on intuition. And I got a call earlier, and I hope you can call back again so that I can hear your thoughts on the topic. We're talking about intuition. Should one always trust their intuition? Is intuition always right? That gut feeling, that instinct that you should do what you should do, that you just know what is right and what is wrong. Is it really a gift from God, or is it something that you just have to train or something? I want to hear your intuition stories. Have you followed your intuition and it led you to the path of a good path? Or sometimes you just follow your intuition and be like, why did I even follow this intuition, really? Why did I follow this gut feeling? Why did I even follow this instinct? I just felt in my spirit that this is right. Let me use, for example, those people that gamble. Sometimes you just know, and sometimes it just leads you astray, and sometimes you make the best of it. So what are your thoughts and your opinions on the topic of the day? Call in on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937, and you can message us on WhatsApp at 0812 806 2337 0812 806 2337. On that note, I have a special guest with me in the studio. This is always my favorite part, when I don't get to be in the studio alone. I get to be in the studio with somebody. She's a renowned and multi-award-winning jewelry designer. You might be wondering, what's a jewelry designer doing in the studio with us? She's not just a jewelry designer. She's a certified life coach and neuro-linguistic programming. Somebody who actually went through neuro-linguistic programming, emotional intelligence, mind mapping, and she's very equipped to guide us, through towards living our best lives. And most importantly, she's an intuitive coach, somebody who is very in touch with her instincts, someone who's very in touch with her intuition, her gut feeling, and she's here to help us understand what gut feeling really is and how to navigate our gut feelings, our intuition, through life. She's made her own life better by intuition, and she's here to help us make our own lives better via intuition. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Bimbo Balogun, life coach and therapist extraordinaire. Hi.
Hello.
Good to have you. This energy. This is not the energy. This is not the energy you were giving me backstage. Hello, Deborah. Good to have you in the studio. I'm super excited to have you. Yeah, so you're an intuition coach, or should I say intuitive coach? Intuitive coach. How did you come to the point where you became an intuitive coach? Like, I feel like maybe most life coaches intuitive, or is there some special tag for an intuitive coach?
Well, I wouldn't know.
I want to know how you came. I just really want to know how you came to that realization that you are intuitive. That's what I mean.
Okay. do I start from how I became a coach or how I became an intuitive coach?
Yeah, yes, intuitive coach.
Intuitive coach. Okay, I haven't gone through all certifications, because you have to, you want to be sure of where you are, So I've been quite maybe something else before now, but right now I'm an intuitive coach because I'm intuitive. I'm intuitive. I have the ability to know things. Not the only ability. I've been trained. The natural ability is there. Then I also train myself. Then the interest of I love deep things. I love mystics. I love spirituality. When I mean spirituality, I don't mean woo-woo, I don't mean that kind of thing, but I love deep things, I like to know how come somebody is this way and the other person is this way. I like to know, are aliens real? I like to know what are the other living things inside the water. Who is God? Who am I? Why am I here? Why am I here? Why is my belief this way? What sort of person I am? Who do I want to become? These are questions that was coming to my mind while I was kind of, transitioning into who I am today, So when you are intuitive, you are questioning things. You don't go by the general. Even when you are in church, they are saying something that you feel is not in alignment. You want to ask questions. Why is this like this? So that is why I'm intuitive, and I've trained myself over the years to be where I am today. And it's a journey. I'm not saying I'm intuitive and I'm just I'm still learning. It's a journey. I'm still on the road. I'm still evolving and I'm still emerging. I haven't emerged yet. Nobody is emerged until you are on the grave. Everybody is on the road. We are all on a journey, but some haven't even started the journey. Some haven't even started because they don't even know. Because for you to know you are on the journey, you must be in a state of not self-awareness, advanced self-awareness, or let's say self-awareness first, because you must. And when you are in the state of self-awareness, that is the period you are questioning. That is when you have identity crisis sometimes, So you question things like, who am I? Is this all I am to be? And I make jewelry. Is this all that is there? Is this all who Bimbo is? You haven't even mentioned my name yet.
I have.
Okay, you did.
I said Bimbo Balogun. The one, the only.
Okay. So I read petroleum marketing and I found myself in jewelry designing. I love it. But at some point in my life, I was like, is this all there is to being Bimbo Balogun? Is this all there is?
So let me cut you there. What is, I know I've done my own research and mentioned the meaning of intuition online via dictionary and online. But as an expert, what is intuition? Like, break it down to the layman's. How can layman, Mama Bimbo, and sorry, I have to use your name, Mama Sikira, out there. How can she understand what intuition means?
Okay, intuition is insights coming to you naturally. Information coming to you naturally without your conscious bias, without your ego setting in. It is, you just know something. You don't know where it's coming from. You haven't even thought about it before. It just came like that. That's how I can break it for you. It just came. It's a knowing. It's a knowing. You have not had prior knowledge before. You just knew it. And you just knew that you're right. That is intuition.
Yeah, but sometimes, even after knowing that you are right, it now turns out that sometimes you are wrong after following the intuition.
But are you sure that is intuition? There's difference between.
Are you saying intuition is always right?
Yes.
What
intuition is always right. Let me tell you, there is intuition, there is instinct.
What's the difference?
There's a difference. So instinct is response to stimuli. For example, you heard that lion is somewhere and everybody's running, your instinct is just run away. But intuition will tell you go to the right or left. But instinct, you just jack by anywhere, like just run anywhere you feel like. And so when you go, when you now, if your instinct is, I don't say it may not, it could be wrong, may not be wrong, but it is avoiding threats, avoiding danger. That is your instinct. That is your natural state of protecting yourself. That is instinct. So people use it wrongly. Oh, my instinct told me. It could be your intuition.
I made the mistake. I said, that gut feeling is the same thing as intuition, and same thing as instinct. But thankfully, you are helping us understand the difference.
Yeah. So intuition is that voice. If you don't have that listening ability, you will not have intuition. But everybody was born with it, but you must now, harness it. So, intuition is that voice telling you, okay, everybody is running. You just move to the rest, to the right or left.
Well, sometimes it's scary to follow the instructions, because that time everybody will run, you're telling me to go to the left
It's
or right.
No. If you have that intuition, it doesn't make sense. That is what I'm telling you. It does not make sense to human mind. It does not make sense. But when you are sure that it is intuition, there is this. That is the final thing. There is a knowing that this is right. You see, your heart is at peace. You feel this peace. You feel, in fact, your feeling, your energy will open up. Will be expanded. Unlike if it's not intuition, there will be a contraction. You are not sure. That you are still walking in fear. Though you ran away, but you're still in fear. Hey, tiger, or this, But intuition, by the time you go, you feel at peace, as if there are angels beside you, guiding you. That's the difference. So all this while, it's been instinct, not intuition. Yeah, intuition. There is in fact, you cannot argue it, but you cannot say this is how I knew, but that is it.
So why are some people more intuitive than others, since we all have it in us?
Yes, the reason is that people like myself try to. I'm inquisitive, and I have developed mine. I'm developing mine. Let me not say I've developed. I'm developing mine. Some don't even know that you have to develop. There are practices you need to engage for you to get yourself in that. There are practices you need to engage. So,
like what?
Like meditation. You see, look at Lagos, full of chaos everywhere. Quack, 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 quack. Everybody talks all the time. When have you actually relaxed and listened to yourself? Do you know that the environment communicates? The environment communicates all the time.
Are you saying that this famous proverb that they say Ogirini and
Ogirileti? Yoruba is very rich. Yoruba is very rich, but I don't know. Yoruba is not pushing this wealth of knowledge to the world. And I started to understand that Yoruba. There was a time I was having nightmares, and my daddy said, I was quite young, and I told my dad said, you know why? I said, go and bring your pillow. And I gave him my pillow. He said, why? It's very dirty. There is no way you will have a nightmare. And I said, go and wash your pillow. And the next day he asked me, how was the night? I said, Dad, I didn't even know if I slept or if I died. These are things. Okay, now tell me, what is the correlation? It's correlation now because I'm on a journey. I'm searching. But what is the correlation? See, everything is energy. The energy of the pillow was, in fact, the pillow was vibrating at the lowest state. Anything that vibrates low attracts negativity. So how come you
Your dad must be intuitive, by the way.
It should be by Yoruba people now. I mean,
Are you saying a certain?
I don't know, but it's
tribe is more intuitive than other tribes?
No, I really wouldn't know because I only know Yoruba people, But the thing is, if you, how come people go to the hotel and say, I want to go and relax in the hotel, and they get to the hotel and they feel, wow, it's not as if the hotel room had anything special, but it's clean. It's clean. So the hotel room has high frequency. But your own room, because it's your room, you throw your shoes here, your clothes here, you are laughing. Are you guilty?
I am guilty. Because today as I was coming, I was flinging things.
So and guess what? When you are in that state, in a room where there is cluttered, you cannot be intuitive. Because everything I told you, everything is energy. Your room, for you to be in a relaxed state, for you to even hear, for you to even know anything from divine, your place must be clean. If it's not clean, you are in a beta state. If it's clean, you are in an alpha state. An alpha state is a relaxative state. It's a state that you are now ready to receive downloads, and you may not like now my room is clean, now I want to have some downloads. It's not that. While you are cooking in your nice clean kitchen, you receive. It's not as if the universe has not been speaking to you, God has not been speaking to you.
But you have not tuned in.
You have not. Look, as we are live now. We tuned in. If we did not tune in, we cannot be live. I'm on Instagram now. I tuned in. If I'm not, I can't be live.
So no wonder you say intuition is available to everyone.
Whether you tune in with it,
or tune out.
Yes,
ladies
absolutely.
and gentlemen, this is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I still have Bimbo Balogun with me, extra jewelry designer extraordinaire and life coach, therapist, and intuitive coach, helping us dive deeper on the topic of the day, intuition. Let's take a caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hi.
Deborah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good
I hope
evening.
you can hear me as well.
I can hear you. Thank you so much for calling.
Good. Yes, good evening, our guest today.
Good evening.
Yes, how are you doing?
Fine, thank
I think,
you.
Deborah, it's getting more interesting every day. I mean, we're really getting deep.
We're getting deep into the deep
Yes.
waters. Is this Amos? Anonymous
Right.
Amos.
Yes.
Thanks for calling.
I still want to remain. Yes, want to remain anonymous today.
No problem.
Good. I just want to look at the definition of what I guess talked about. Is it instinct or intuition? But I just want to sum it up that for every intuition or for every instinct, there must be a pre-information. It doesn't just come like that. I think you have to be in a particular state. Do you understand? Before you now realize, the mind has to be trained. The mind has to be woken up. The mind has to be alive to be intuitive. The mind has to be alive to a particular subject in order to be intuitive, or in order to have instinct about what to do, or to even hear the mind in the first place. Yes, like she said that some people don't really listen. Yes, but you see, you need to be informed before you can hear. Because most of the time, like she said, yes, the environment speaks to us, God speaks to us, but if you don't know the language of God, there is no way, even when God is speaking, for you to hear and understand what He's saying. Then, secondly, you also realize that even when there is that instinct or there is that intuition, naturally, people are afraid to take the next step.
To follow, yes.
Right. People are
scary. I wouldn't lie to you. It's very scary. Especially when you have a lot to lose. Hello? We lost that call. Amos, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. We lost that call. You can do also call back on 0705-993-6937 or 0705-993-7937. You can also send WhatsApp messages on 081-2806-2337. We're talking about intuition. Is your intuition always right? Should we always follow our intuition? And so far, Bimbo Balogun, therapist, life coach, and intuitive coach, has been helping us understand what it means to be intuitive and if our lives would be better if we were more intuitive or not. Now, the caller Amos said something about intuition and God, and I've always wanted to ask, like, is intuition God speaking to you, or is it, some people say it's God, some people say it's universe, some people say it's your old Baba Lola, Baba, speaking to you. So what's intuition? Or is it just the environment speaking to you? Some people attach it to God, some people attach it to Holy Spirit, like Holy Spirit speaking. So what is the difference?
Okay. If you are a Christian, you call it Holy Spirit. If you don't go
on
to church, and but you have this ability to know, you can say the universe. The universe, why? Because God is the grandmaster of the universe. God created the universe. So we coaches, you see, we try not to look at maybe religion or just say the way it is. So no, it's true. So it's a way out to reach out to more people without your religion. Because when you are religion based, the other religion will not be attracted.
They will not be able to tune in.
They won't feel connected. So if an Islamic person is speaking Islam, coaching in terms of Islam, another religion will not want to be connected. So we want everyone. We want to be able to connect everyone. So when we say universe, who created the universe? God is the grandmaster of the universe. So back to the question. Intuition. Who gives intuition? It's God. God gives intuition. Remember, the Bible says that anyone who asks wisdom who wants wisdom should ask he who gives all men generously. What is intuition? What is wisdom? So God is the owner of intuition. It's in the Bible. I saw it live. I saw it. I don't want to go through.
We don't have to go through,
but it's there.
People can tune in.
It's right there. So you can say you're a guide. My guide. The Holy Spirit is your guide. You can call it your teacher. Your teacher or your higher self. Without you, the one who is higher than you, the one who is higher than you is who? Is God, the Holy Spirit. So there are different, terminology, different ways you can use in place of intuition, but everything is still that you have an insight. So do not let the play of words discourage you. The basic thing is that you are on a journey and you are receiving insights.
Interesting. Insights indeed, right here on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. And we're definitely receiving insight from our intuitive guest, our intuitive coach, Bimbo Balogun, life coach, therapist, and award-winning jewelry designer, giving us insights into today's topic, intuition. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. So if you have comments or questions and you want to be like Amos, feel free calling on 0705-993-6937 or 0705-993-7937. We have to go on a quick break. When we get back, I want to take more calls. We're going to tune into the last segment of the show, and our guest will be answering the question, how can we be more intuitive? What are the benefits of intuition? And how can we even separate our mind speaking, our logic speaking from intuition? Because sometimes you're not thinking, is this instinct or is this intuition? And now I'm confused. Is this intuition? Is this instinct? Should I follow it? Should I not? And when we even get that immediate intuition, how many seconds should we take to to follow it, because sometimes delay is denial. How do they say this thing? This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're gonna break right now. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and so far it has been an intuitive episode with our intuitive coach Bimbo Balogun in the house. And I've heard from you, my listeners and viewers, and I'd love to even hear more from you. Please call in on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. If you have WhatsApp messages, maybe you are too shy to call in, you can send your WhatsApp messages on 0812 806 2337. 0812 806 2337. And this is the last segment of the show. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Now on to you, our intuitive coach. I feel like I'm on your frequency now. I'm tuning into your frequency, because I don't know, for some reason I feel more intuitive in this moment. All right, so how can we be more intuitive? I heard you say something like, oh, you should go into your space, keep your place clean, listen more to your environment. What are the other things we can do to tune into that? Okay, to get to a point where we can trust our intuition, because sometimes we can even be in a dirty environment and we are tuning in, we can feel that intuition, but we don't trust it. How can we trust our intuition? How can I trust my intuition?
All right, so the very first thing at the peak of my list is meditation. So people have mistaken meditation for a religion practice. It's not a religion practice. Meditation is just a practice that will help you, get out of chaos, be in a relaxative state, do some breathing exercise, and voila, you're already up there. So when you do your breathing exercise is the first thing in meditation. You sit up or you lie on your bed. I like to sit up. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, out. In and out. Then there's a way you will do the breathing exercise. So let me not go there. It's part of meditation. Then there's a point where you feel so relaxed. At that time, I don't want to live there. When you feel relaxed, I'm not talking about relaxation when you're in a beer parlor. I mean relaxation like there is joy like a river in your soul. That is the kind of relaxation I'm talking about. So you get to that point when of course your eyes are already closed. Then insights start to happen. You start to receive insights,
Even ideas.
Absolutely.
I remember.
Let me tell you. Let me shock you. What's his name? Elon Musk. The people that you consider the richest people in the world today, they practice meditation at the very, very high level. Absolutely
Advanced. That's what
yes.
you meant by advanced.
So they do it, and that is where they get insights from. That is where they receive insight. In fact, there is downloads.
How often should you practice this meditation? And
I do morning. It's a routine for me, morning and night. Some people during the daytime, when you have the time, you do, and you don't have to stay long there. It's a myth that you stay for 2 hours. No, your 10 minutes or 15 minutes is okay. Consistency
Actually,
is it.
When you hear meditation, sometimes you think it's an hour long.
There is
2 hours long kind of thing.
No. Just put in if you like. You can tune in your a little. Soft music, and you're there. Yeah, into yourself.
Let's take this call. This might be I lost that call already. Please do also call back. On 0705-993-6937. Yes, please go ahead.
So the next thing you need to do, or another part of a way to connect with your intuition is connect to nature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nature, the beach, to where you have trees,
water, deep waters.
Yeah, connect with nature. Mm-hmm. Then have the ability to journal. to journal.
Oh, is this what your journal is all about?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
your
published a gratitude journal called A Grateful Heart. You know, before bedtime, the last thing I do before bedtime is, you know, I write the things that I'm grateful for. And when I'm writing things I'm grateful for, it's not only milestones. When I started journaling, I felt that it's only milestones. Oh, I bought a car. Oh, my house. Oh, I was this. No. See, little things, even that you were able to use the bathroom, the toilet, is something to be grateful for. That you can eat, that you can raise up your hand, that you can talk, you can conceive ideas, you can walk, you're a being. Is something to be grateful for. For as long as you are not deep below 6 feet, there is something for you to be grateful for. Even when you are ill, there's something, be grateful. At least you are not dead. So when you are in this space of gratitude, you are getting connected. You are already getting connected. You are getting, in fact, intuition will start to occur. Insights will start. If you make it a practice. Now, there are other ways. Act of listening. Then your environment. Keep your environment clean. Declutter. Some people have clothes that have been there for 20 years, 15 years, even 2 years, and you have not worn it. What are they doing there? Send them to the motherless home or give them out.
Some people have nylons, like, oh, you know those nylons, put on my store.
Yes, or breakable plates that are used to decorate the cupboards. Give them out. For crying out loud, declutter your space.
Let your room breathe.
Yeah, God bless you.
Don't suffocate it.
You need space. Let positive energy come around. You'll be amazed. So do you know some people are sick because their rooms are cluttered up, but they don't know why they are sick. Your room is cluttered up. It will make you sick. You can never enjoy yourself when your room is cluttered up. Then your kitchen. Every time you go to party, you want to collect a souvenir. You don't. Must you collect all the souvenirs, those plastics? You don't need them. Free your kitchen, free your room, free your sitting room, be able to walk. Let positive energy flow in. Oh my God, if you try this thing, oh, you will be amazed. In fact, your skin will you will change for good.
Some people dirty boxers and dirty underwears.
Yes, you pile up clothes that are dirty and you have not washed them for many months. Throw them away.
And you're wondering why your life
and you want to be intuitive. You can't be. That one is fundamental. That is fundamental. You have to deal with your inside. Deal with that part. Then even your inside, you have dealt with your external. Deal with your inside. Anybody you pass, you judge them. When you're in the habit of judging people, somebody is wearing bomb shorts, you are already calling names. Somebody is this already calling names. And see, as each time you say negative things to somebody, it just says the kind of person you are. And when you are that person, you ask yourself, can intuition stay? Can you receive insights? It's not in our place to judge. God is the owner of everybody that you see around. So why are you judging? So you're supposed to be in a place of judging when you know that your own life is not even perfect and you want to receive insights? It's not going to be possible.
Even the food we eat, sometimes they tell you, oh, if you're vegan or you stay away from certain food, you can be more intuitive. Is this true?
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, I don't eat certain food.
Really? Like what and what?
No, I don't do pastry.
Wow.
I don't do pastry.
So how do you know the kind of food that would affect your intuition?
This space is very deep. Like I said, everything is energy. Even the food we eat has vibration. So the food that are not healthy has low vibration. Vegetables, anything that is green, nature that is not too cooked, it has high vibration. And anything that is high is good. So I don't. Okay, let me shock you. I did what's it called, vision board. I was addicted to a drink. I'm not going to call the name, but it's blackish like coffee. I was addicted. I saw it as a comfort drink. When I've worked hard, something will tell me you have worked hard, so just go and have that drink, and I'll have the drink. And it became so and I said no. I am not. See, my spirit is more than my body. I'm first a spirit being. I only came here as a human experience. So I am in charge of this physical body. And I put it on my vision board. I put that drink there, and I canceled it with red. And I gave myself 3 months. I'm not going to drink it. That the 4th month I'll drink it. I wasn't sure. And after 3 months, I was so happy. And I said, okay, let me get another 3 months. By the 3rd month, I'd forgotten. For almost 4 years now, I haven't had that drink.
Wow.
I'm so proud of myself.
I am proud of you.
Thank you. And you know what? And that is how intuition can even come to you. When you have, see, what is not serving you right, you are getting rid of them. It shows that you are willing. But when you want intuition and you are still continuing to destroy the body, let me put it that way, in terms of the food you take in, then intuition will not come.
Interesting. Now we have to wrap up the show. I have one more question for you.
So
okay, finish.
There are 3 types of intuition.
Okay.
So we have the clairvoyance. Clairvoyance means clear vision. That's clairvoyance. That's insights coming to you through vision. You know, those who dream, they are clairvoyants. Those who you can just have a trance while you sleep, or even while you're gazing, something just come in a flash. Sometimes you just sit down and at the edge of your eyes, you just see like a movement. Those are clairvoyance. There's clairaudience. They have insights through audio, through
they just hear sounds.
Through sounds. Something just tell them go here or buy this or do this or that. The third people clairexcients. Those ones, they just know things. They know. Okay, let me quickly share a very, very, very short story. Somebody came to live with my husband and I now told, I wasn't feeling comfortable. The moment the person got into the place, I felt that the energy around this guy wasn't, I'm not liking it. So I told my husband, let's lock up this room. You have your key, I have my key. So we did. And so I now realized that anytime I come back from my place of work, I want to open my door. There is a knowing that this boy had entered the room. There is a knowing. I cannot. There's no proof. I can't even. So I started, trying to tell my husband that I'm not sure. I think something is going on inside this room, but there is no way he can. He's very analytical, very logical. He deals with his physical senses.
Interesting. We have to go now.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
We can definitely do a part 2 of this.
Okay, that's fine. It's
how can
okay.
people find you?
Okay.
I know you have incited a lot of things in people. You've actually
Absolutely.
created some kind of fire. I want to
Yeah.
find, but how can they find you? How can they patronize your
Okay.
beats on social
All right.
media?
So for my jewelry, I'm Beam Beats on Instagram. Beam Beats on Instagram. BIMBEADS. For my
Okay.
personal brand, my coaching, I am the awakening.path. The awakening awakening.path. Awakening.path. Please, if you are really impacted, I would like you to send me a message on my DM. I'd like to meet you.
Interesting, very interesting. And one word, in just one line, what would you say to people who haven't been trusting their intuition? One word, one line, how would you say?
If you are still dealing with life situation with your physical senses, I'm sorry, you are still very far away.
Yeah.
Because spirituality is you are first a spirit being, you are just here for human experiences. So you need to tune in and be connected. And that is what Being Babaluk is all about. I'll be able to help you to stay tuned, to make decisions, the right decisions, to solve problems, to know if this man for me or not. And you're a man, you want to get married, you're not sure. through my class, you'll be able to know this woman is not okay or okay for me. So I look forward to having you.
Life coach, therapist, intuitive coach, and of course award-winning jewelry designer. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I enjoyed this thoroughly. This show is going to be live again on Saturday at exactly 11:30 p.m. on DSTV channel 252, and you can also be a part of the Deep Waters community that is following us on Instagram at deepwaters_podcast. I've been your host, Deborah Waters. You can find me on IG at Deborah without the O and the water that you drink with the S. Thank you so much, myself. And for myself, I'm Bimbo Balogun. We say
bye.